Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy Saturday morning. So, this morning, I'm making breakfast for my family. It's Saturday. Where are you guys? I hope you are safe. Maybe some people are sleeping in late this morning. So, I got up from 9 o'clock and I am ready to go. I am in for some Jamaican breakfast this morning. It's Saturday. Usually, guys, I am not home on a Saturday. I usually work on Saturdays, but for the past few months now, I I I am at home. I'm working from home, as some of you may know. So it's breakfast time. It's breakfast time, breakfast time, breakfast time, breakfast time. Yay! Breakfast time, everybody. I love to make my Jamaican breakfast. It gives me a good sense of feeling, guys, when it comes to me doing my traditional breakfast and being at home. I love being at home lately, working from home, because I am on my own schedule, and that's what I like. I like to be on my own schedule where, guys, you put in your own timing, everything goes surrounds you. I can sleep in my bed on Saturdays for now, just for now. Later, than being at work all night. And when I get home on Saturday nights, I am deadbeat. So it's a good feeling, guys. I'm trying to catch up on my lack of sleep that I missed all these years. So, when you work night jobs, guys, it takes a toll on your body, your mind, and your soul. So, for me, I am catching up and I love the feeling. So, being in the kitchen on a Saturday morning making breakfast for my family, it's it's a blessing, guys. It's really a blessing. So today we're gonna be making some fried dumpling, some Jamaican fried dumpling, and I have some flour in here. So I have a cup of all-purpose flour. So I'm gonna be putting my all-purpose flour in this bowl because I'm making for a family of four. Good morning. How are you doing? I am making fried dumpling, Jamaican fried dumpling. I know different cultures have their fried dumplings and they make it different ways, or some people, well, what I notice is that some culture, the things that we call, like I call this fried dumpling, they may have a different name, but it's the same recipe. So we're gonna be making fried dumpling. I have my flour in here. And guys, you have to add. Good morning, how are you? Let me address just um my chat here. I want to see everything, right? So I added my flour and I have to add some baking powder. And the reason I'm adding baking powder is because I'm using the all-purpose instead of uh, the self-rising flour. So I add 2 tablespoons of baking powder to my flour. And guys, I already washed my hands. I want to make that clear. I'm making it for my family, but gotta be clean, right? So I wash my hands. Some people they're kneading their dough and they have the gloves on. I feel like the gloves touch things and you're still contaminating bacteria to the food. So because I know I'm a clean person, I wash my hands already. So I added my baking powder, and then this is my secret ingredients, guys. Hi, good morning. How are you? You subscribe. Thank you so much for your subscription. And guys, as you get on this channel, go ahead and like it up, subscribe to the channel. This is a small channel which I'm building, and without you guys, I can't build my channel, right? So your support is always appreciated. So I'm gonna be adding some festival powder here. It's just like festival is one of Jamaica's favorite with fried fish. So I'm gonna add this mixture, some of this festival mixture, and this is my secret to my dumpling. So I'm gonna add some of this mixture to my flour. And what it does, it gives the dough a softer touch. You see when you put it in your mouth, it's just so spongy and nice. So a lot of people may have different techniques, different secret ingredients that they use when they're making their dumplings. But this is my secret ingredients that I use. Good morning again, everyone. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. How are you guys doing? Are you having a great Saturday? I hope you are, because I am. I woke up rejuvenated this morning, guys. I had a good rest, and that's the beauty of it. Sometimes I come on here, I'm so tired, because when you work, as I said in the beginning, on night jobs, it's not a good thing. You don't get enough rest. You come on, I'm looking with my puffy eyes, although sometimes I do have it. But this morning, I feel the way I want to feel. Rejuvenated. Yay! So, we already put the flour, the baking powder, my festival, which is my secret ingredients. And now, guys, I'm going to add a little sugar. The reason we add a little sugar, most of us, to our dumplings, is to give that dumpling a little sweet taste. So not everyone likes sugar in their dumplings. So you have to be careful, guys, because too much sweet is not good. So I'm just gonna add a tablespoon here of sugar in my, you coming over? Oh, okay. Yeah, in my dough, right? Good morning. How are you? How are you? How are you doing? Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you're having a great Saturday. So we add a little sugar. And my next thing I'm gonna be adding is my almond milk. So unsweetened almond milk. Some people use water, but I don't. And it's cold, guys, because when it's cold, it gives your dough a little bit more texture and softness to it. So I'm not gonna knead with my hands at this point. I'm using my spoon to stir around my mixture. So this is how I do my dumplings. Now, guys, you have to be careful. Good morning, good morning. You have to be careful when you're adding your liquid into your mixture, because it can get very soft. And when it gets very soft, then you have to add some more flour. Like it up, guys, like it up. So that has happened to me a few times when I'm making my dumplings. It becomes too soft because I put too much liquid into my mixture. Now I'm kneading with my hands, as I stated in the beginning, for those who are just joining, you probably think, how didn't she wash her hands? My hands were already washed properly before I started my life. So I make my preparations before I started. Now I'm gonna need a little bit more milk, guys, and this is the almond milk that I'm using. For those who are new on this channel, go ahead. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel, guys. um, I am a small channel trying to build this channel. So for those who don't know who I am, my name is Nikki, and my channel is about my lifestyle. So my lifestyle includes a lot, guys. And one of the things that I do, the major things sometimes that I do on this channel is to cook. It's not cooking every day, but I love to cook, guys. So that is one of my favorite on this channel. I bake, I cook, and if I go out and I want to do a video, and I do mostly videos too, guys. I'm not really a live person. I just started doing my lives recently because, of course, I'm trying to be camera friendly. I am a shy person. So, because I've always been a shy person, the only thing to build up that, get that shyness actually out of my system, gotta go in front of people, and I'm building it up, guys. Thanks for social media, right? So I'm building that up, and of course, I need my watch hours. So, I have to get my 4,000 watch hours, guys. So doing live for me, it's doing a good thing, guys. It's building me, and with my shyness, and it's also helping me, and I hope it will help me to build my watch hours. So the dough is almost done, and see, I'll show you guys in a minute what the dough looks like. And then we're gonna be having this with some, when we fry this dough, I'll show you guys what the dough looks like. Like it up, guys. Like it up. I am not seeing my comments going up. Oh, I see someone else say hi, hi, hi. It's the same person. Thank you. Thank you for joining this live. I appreciate it. And you're the one, I think, who have subscribed. If you're the one, thanks so much for your subscription. I appreciate it. And I hope that you will share this channel to your friends and your families. Because you know, guys, I want to build, and that's the goal for this channel. My goal is to build a channel, is to educate people. We teach each other things, right? Many of us are from different cultures, and we learn from each other, and hopefully we'll get to know each other through our community, right? So this is what the dough looks like, right? So I'm going to be putting this into some olive oil, and then I'm going to knead it in this dough a little bit, guys. So what we do, we put a paper towel. So we damp our paper towel just a little bit, and we usually place the paper towel, put the dough into the refrigerator for a few minutes. But because the milk is already cold, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put the paper towel. This is what it looks like. We have a paper towel. What this does, it moistens the dough and allows the dough to be very spongy. When you roll that dough and you bake it, and not bake it, put it in the oil and you fry it. Fried stuff is not healthy, but it all depends on how much oil you will be putting in. And dumplings, guys, don't take a lot of oil. But for me, what I do, I try to be mindful of how much oil I will be using. And then I put it on paper towel. And for everyone, most people know that when you put fried stuff on paper towel, it soaks the oil up. And it's not like I'm having this every day. It's once maybe twice for the year or 3 times for the year. I may have some fried dumpling. And it's good, guys. It's a cultural thing. Good morning. Good morning. I see 2 people on again. Thank you for coming on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love to interact with my community. I also love when I see the comments and I can relate to what people are saying. But sometimes my messages, my chat get stuck. Not sure why that happens. Maybe it's because they are more robots than live people. I'm just assuming. But whatever, I know people will be watching after the post live. Hi, hi, thank you. Subscribe to the channel, like it up. Thank you for joining. So, I'm gonna be turning on my stove, put my oil in. So guys, as I said, we have to be mindful of how much oil we are putting in for this fried dumpling. So now it's gonna be time to make your dough. So what I do, I take a piece off, right? I'm gonna show you. I'm not perfect when it comes to making the dough, but I will continue because I had to learn, guys. I'm not good at fried dumplings. There's some people who are excellent when it comes to fried dumplings, but I'm not as bad when it comes to it. You know, it's good. Some people, what they do, they roll the dough. That's why you have to make sure your hands are very clean. They roll the dough like this, you see, in a ball. That's what I'm doing. I'm rolling my dough in a circular motion, and then I'm gonna use my palm to press the dough. And then you just do like this to smooth out the edges a little bit. Some people make their dumplings smaller, like little mini meatballs. Some people make it the way I'm making it. And you know, you have different sizes, to each to its own, guys. So this is what it looks like. So when my oil is heated up, I'm gonna be putting these doughs I'm making into the hot oil. Hi, how are you? Good morning, happy Saturday. For those who are just joining, if you're wondering what the hell is she making, I'm making Jamaican fried dumplings. Who have ever heard of Jamaican fried dumplings? It's fried dumplings, but it's my culture way, guys, because I'm guessing most culture have dumplings, but they do it different ways and they have different names, right? So this is what I'm doing. As I said, you make it. I'm gonna do it again. Roll it in a circular motion, and when you're satisfied, then you use your palm, the middle of your palm, and you press it out, right? This is my way of making dumplings. So we got this dumpling like a little cartwheel, and we're gonna be putting it into the hot oil, guys. The oil has to be hot. Good morning, guys. Let me know how your Saturday's going. What are your plans for today? Are you at home chilling with your families? You making breakfast like I am making my breakfast? What are you doing? My thing fell on the floor, guys. What are you doing? Let me know what you're doing. If you're not doing anything, you may be watching your television. You may be smooching up with your partner. Whatever you're doing, let me know. You may have plans for your kids today if you are a parent. Um, Hi, good morning. Good morning. How are you? So we're making the dumplings, waiting on the oil. I think I have the stove that I am on. I gotta watch it, guys. It's not working properly. You know those, sometimes you are on a stove. What are you cooking? I'm doing fried dumplings. Have you ever heard of fried dumplings? I know that the Chinese, they do dumplings, but I think it's in their soup, right? I'm not big on Chinese, but I've seen dumplings before. Um, yes? Okay, okay. Have you ever heard of the Jamaican way of making dumplings, fried dumplings, Jamaican way? I call it the Jamaican way because we do our things a little different. And and that's why I say my culture way. But I know Chinese do a lot of dumplings in their soups. I've tried it before and it's good. But I'm not big on Chinese. But I love their dumplings. I think in their wonton soup. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, because it's been a while. I love to cook. How about you? Do you love to cook? So I'm making the dumplings and waiting on the oil. And then I'm going to be placing my dumplings in the hot oil. And then I will be turning that down because you don't want the dumpling to fry and it's not soaked properly. You're only eating flour. So you have to turn your stove down a little bit on low, and then you cover your pot and let the steam get into the dumpling. I'm gonna test this oil. Still not heated properly, guys. So I have to wait until it's heated. And then I'm gonna be making, to go along with my dumplings, I'll show you what I'm gonna be making. And that goes well with my dumplings. I'm gonna be cutting up some seasoning, and we're gonna be cooking a storm over here, guys. I'm making for my family of 4, including myself, and that's my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandson. My grandson is not really, really for Jamaican food. You know, he's a kid. He loves his kid stuff. He's only 5. So he loves to have his little, he loves bacon, guys. He's a bacon person, a turkey bacon person. He loves bacon and Cheerios. You know, most kids, they love their Cheerios. And it's so funny that most kids love to have Cheerios with milk. That's not my grandson, guys. He eats his Cheerios just dry. He likes it just plain like that with no milk. He's not a milk person. And he was always like that as a kid, where he doesn't like milk. Yes? Okay. Okay, so my oil is heated up. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, guys, in a minute. You know what I need to do, guys? When I bought my tripod, I had those little, you know, the little remote, and I didn't know what they're for because I'm not as technically savvy like that. So I don't know where I put it. So when I'm showing something, I have to take the camera off and show what it looks like. So we're gonna be I'll show you, I'm gonna take the camera off just for a minute and switch so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so let's switch a little, guys. So see what my dumplings, they're frying. Once I'm gonna turn that down the stove a little bit. Once they get color, I'm gonna flip it on the other side and then cover my pot. So I'm gonna, you see what that looks like, guys? So once this gets color, so in the meantime, what I do is to turn the stove down. And then I'm gonna put my pot, my cover on, because I don't want the dumplings to get burned and then we're eating flour, right? That would not be good, guys. So this is what I'm doing. I still have 2 left here. So now it's time, I'm gonna cover. Turn the stove down on low. Wash my hands, and we're gonna be preparing what I'm gonna have my dumplings with. So guys, when I'm in the hospital or in any health settings, because that's what I do, we wash our hands. We don't wash our hands. We wash our hands like this. And when we're done, you make sure you don't use the same paper, which I'm doing now, but you don't do that. You tap from here, go straight down. That's what we do in health. Make sure everything you're not contaminating, which I just did because I used the same paper. So while my dumplings are being cooking them a little, so to speak, you fry, then you cover and let the steam gets into your dumplings to soften the dumplings. Then I'm gonna be preparing what I'm gonna be having with my dumplings. A lot of Jamaicans, when they have dumplings, they like to have dumplings with tin mackerel. For those who don't know, I'm teaching you something about my culture. Dumplings with some good tin mackerels, cut up, guys, with your red peppers. Here I have this, my onion, my garlic, and my Scotch bonnet pepper. It is yummy. So this is what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna be washing my pepper, cut it up. So make sure, guys, when you're doing your produce, always remember, because sometimes I watch on social media where people, I'm not even sure if they wash some of the vegetables and stuff. They just put it in the pot, and you never know what bacteria is on that type of product, you know. So you have to make sure you wash properly. Usually all depends on the vegetable or the dry seasoning. I make sure I put it in, because you have soap out on the market to wash your vegetables. I do that sometimes, but I make sure I wash. So we're going to be adding some oil in my pot here, and then I'm going to be cutting up my seasoning. So turn my stove on, guys, and for this I'm going to be making my side to go with my dumplings, which will be my tin mackerel, right? The real Jamaican breakfast this morning, guys. And for those who will be watching this live, if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. This is my onion. I have to peel the onion off, the skin off the onion, guys, that I'm gonna be cutting up. Usually I'll use a cutting board, but you know, sometimes you don't have to be that formal every time. I'm trying to be as natural as possible, guys. It's not every time I have to be doing things in steps and be so formal, with certain things, like cutting on a board. I'm not in the mood for cutting on a board this morning. So we're gonna be cutting up the onion. Good morning, how are you? Good morning, Miss Gordon, how are you doing? Thank you for joining. I'm making fried dumplings. I think you missed out a lot. I don't know if you were on before and I'm just seeing your name. But I'm cutting up onion and I did my red peppers. I'm making fried dumpling with tin mackerel. And tin mackerel, back home, guys, I'm going to give you a little thing. Back in the days in Jamaica, when people eat tin mackerel, a lot of people would say it's for people who cannot afford to have any have like a, they call it back then, when you can't afford to have a decent meal, the poor side of people would have tin mackerel. That's what they would say in my country, in my little district that I was born. They call it a district, guys. A district is like a city. A city, like what we call a city here in the United States, would say district, which is D-I-S-T-R-I-S-T. That's how we would call our little community, district. And it would be known for the poorer side of people. And when we eat, if I ever say I'm eating tin mackerel, they would think that you're so poor. But that was back in the days, people, because that's how it was classified then. That is only for people who can't afford certain things would eat tin mackerel. But guys, I eat tin mackerel even now. I don't have it every time. Because food is food. I believe it doesn't classify. It's food. And whatever you feel for, whatever you can afford, you're still having something to eat rather than going to your bed without anything. That's how I look at it. So we're working on our tin mackerel. Good morning, good morning. And then I'm gonna be washing off the tin. Now guys, when you take up tin things or can things in the grocery store, I always love to, I make sure that I wash my cans off. And the reason I do that, guys, because these cans are thrown all over. People with different germs on their hands and stuff holding these cans. I don't know for you guys, but for me, I wash them off properly before I do anything, because they're considered dirty, guys, whether we believe it or not. You're throwing all over the shelves. Different people are touching up these cans. Of course, they can't be clean, so I always make sure my priority is to wash these cans off before I open them. I wipe them off properly, and then I'll do what I have to do. So this is how I do my things, and that's how I am, guys. I like to make sure whatever is going inside of me, although when I go in the restaurants, I don't know what is going on in there, but once I'm at home in my own environment, I make sure, and I'm giving my family or anybody, guys, I make sure that I do what I need to do where hygiene is concerned, So the dumplings are on low, and I'm letting them soak Then I'm gonna be adding my tin mackerel. So what we do here comes with a little flip top here. That's what you call it. I don't know. I'm just saying. So I flip it up. I don't have any nails, guys. I don't wear nails as often. It would probably break. So I flip it up like this, and then I bring it back. And there goes your tin mackerel. It comes in tomato sauce. And you put it in your seasoning. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing 3 cans. So I open that, and with my onion, my green peppers, and my red peppers. So this is what I'm gonna show you what it looks like in my pan. I wish as I go along, guys, I will get better and better with my equipments, how I maneuver them. You know, it takes time, especially when you're not a savvy person. So I'll show you what this one looks like. So this is what the tin mackerel looks like. So once that is cooked up, guys, and you add some black pepper. So I put my onion. You can see my onion, the tomato sauce. This goes well with the dumplings. So that is what that looks like. Guys, I know it's a better way. I can flip. I don't know if I flip it this way, if it will show, but I will try it as I go along so I don't have to take the phone every time and, you know, and do that. But the more practice that I get, it will be better for me when it comes to maneuvering my camera and my tripod, because everybody starts from somewhere. Good morning, Beryl. How are you? How are you doing? I'm here cooking my Saturday breakfast. I know maybe if you're late, go back and watch the beginning of my live. I think I pour a little bit too much oil, so I'm taking some out, guys, because I don't want to have too much oil. So that is what I'm doing. Tin mackerel with fried dumpling. So we're going to be covering that up. I'm going to check on my dumplings. So what I do to check on my dumplings, I put them high. How are you? It show up very well. Oh, okay, you saw it. Good. What I do when I'm doing my dumplings, I put the dumplings on paper towels because, as I said before, it takes up a lot of oil and you don't want to absorb too much oil. So this is the dumpling, guys. So I just put it in here. This is done already. So I put it there, let it soak. So this is another one. I think I put maybe, because I had the festival, because they're not supposed to crack, guys. Some of them crack, but as I said, I'm not perfect when it comes to doing my dumplings. There's some people who are really, really good at it, but nevertheless, they don't taste as bad. They taste good. And when I do a good job, guys, I will say, when I know I mess up, I'm gonna say I messed up, because nothing will be perfect. Not even in cooking, guys. We are not perfect when it comes to anything. So you may do a good dish today and try the same dish tomorrow, and it's not as good as the day before. And that's a fact, guys. So this one we add some. See the stove, guys, I have to watch it. So on this tin mackerel, gonna be adding, good morning, good morning. It's tastes good with I see roast breadfruit. Yes, roast breadfruit is another thing with tin mackerel. So we're adding some black pepper, some ground black pepper on. I have Scotch bonnet pepper, guys. So but I don't want it to be too peppery because it doesn't agree with my stomach. So I'm gonna leave the Scotch bonnet pepper for today because I had some in the week and it wasn't good on my stomach, so I don't want to irritate my stomach too much. So that's my dumpling for this morning. As I said, it's not gonna be very perfect. See, I'm just stirring down this around a little bit, guys. I'm doing it like I'm doing some chow mein or whatever, where they have it in that pot and they're shaking it around. That's how I'm doing this. But that is cooking down. My dumplings are almost done, and all I'm gonna be having with this breakfast, and it's filling, guys. For some people, fried dumpling is filling. I don't want a lot. I'm just gonna eat maybe two, because they're sort of big, you know. So I'm just gonna have two with a cup of tea. And for those who know me, my tea is, I can't do without my hot tea. So I'm gonna be putting on this kettle to make a nice hot cup of peppermint tea, and that goes well with my fried dumpling and my tin mackerel. And this is my Jamaican breakfast. Yay! Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, guys, give thanks for what you have to eat, because there are a lot of people out there who don't even have a little pack of crackers this morning to eat. And my heart goes out to those people, that I hope one day I'll be able to be in a position where I can go out and feed the homeless. That's one of my goals as well, that I want to reach as many people as possible. So I can be in the position one day, guys, that I can feed people who don't have the next meal. They don't know where their first meal is coming from. You know, so we're taking these things for granted. We should not. We should give thanks that we have food and pray for those who don't have. So that is my breakfast for this morning. My fried dumpling and my tin mackerel, and it's my Jamaican breakfast, guys. So once my kettle is boiled up, and I'm gonna make my tea, and that's gonna be the start of my day. Thank you guys for watching, and for those who will be coming on with the post live, I hope that if you're not a subscriber to this channel, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, like it up, and set your notification bell that when I'm on, you will get notified. Thank you for watching. Happy Saturday. See you in the next live. Bye.